Okay, this is Iron Bill back again with another video. Tonight's video will be a strike. I know I haven't done a lot of PvP lately. I haven't. Iron Banner's next week, and I'm telling you right now that most of my videos next week will be PvP one way or the other, because I'm going to have to play a ton of matches. In fact, I will probably do that to the exclusion of much of anything else, because that's where the +2 pinnacles are. And I really want to get my base power level maxed out, at least on one character. I hope to be able to do that next week. I'm getting really close to getting those max level drops now. And yeah, so anyway, tonight, what I'm doing, just by way of explanation, you know, the pinnacles I got this week, RNG yesterday, I mentioned in the video, RNG is cruel, although I never really explained why I put that as a title. Well, let me expound on that a little bit. All my pinnacles this week seem to have come in on just a couple of slots. Primary weapons, for instance, and elemental weapons. And I didn't get a whole lot of armor, you know, which means that I'm really kind of stuck, because you know you have the 5 pieces of armor that you have to deal with. So unless my RNG winds up being a lot better, I'm kind of in a mess there. Anyway, I wound up, I don't have that many primary weapons right now, for instance, that I wanted to pop up. Ordinarily what I try to do is I try to get the best bang for the buck until I'm maxed out. And so if I get a high drop, I won't put it into an exotic. I'll typically drop that into a legendary so that I can use that with any loadout. You have more flexibility that way. Well, I'm at a situation where I got a 1059 drop, had a couple this week, which is a high drop. That's my +2. I'm at 1057 right now. And one of them was just a gun that I would never use at all. But a lot of the guns that I do use were already at 1058, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense to go through the resources to pop it up just one level. So I searched through my drive, and I thought, well, you know what, my vault, and the Vigilance Wing was sitting there, and I thought, you know what, I'm still working on the Redrick's Claymore, or Broadsword, I guess is what it would be. And next week is Iron Banner, and I'm like at 95% of the kills necessary to go on to the next step of the quest. Why not go ahead and get the Vigilance Wing ready? It's really still very solid in PvP, and decided to also bring it into PvE. Now, I don't know how much I used it in this video. I tried to use it at range, but off and on tonight I have been playing it, and by golly, you know, you forget how good it is. It's a 5-burst pulse rifle, and once you have the catalyst, and I do, it's full auto. And on mouse and keyboard, there's no recoil to speak of. It really is just a solid gun, and you know, at range, it's just the thing to use. And you see I whipped it out there, but I realized that we're going to have a lot of near stuff at first. And I've got to say, and I say it a lot, the Igalo's submachine gun is super solid because of that. You know, you get a few headshot kills, and you know, your ad clearing capability goes up exponentially. Okay, so we had a guy go left, we had a guy go right. I thought, I'm going to go up the center, except you can't. So I wound up wrapping around right, and look at just how quickly that just melts stuff. And this is a void strike, and this gun is an arc, and it doesn't care. All right, so pop a few here, and there's the cell, and off we go. All right, so back to my thinking on the channel and stuff. I guess I also wanted to mention tonight that I've picked up a few subscribers this month, and though it's not something that I really work hard at trying to do, I do appreciate that there are people out there that enjoy the content, and had a viewer today email me, and I'm sorry that the name it won't come to mind right away, but said that I was an upbeat kind of person, and I appreciate that, because I really try to be. And you know, the viewpoint that I try to espouse here is that of an older gamer just enjoying the content as best I can, and especially when I have to do a lot of it solo, which is what I'm doing right now, and that has to do with my work schedule. And I'm in a clan and a nice group of guys and gals, but it just doesn't always work out. So I try to just get in a little bit, play a couple of hours here and there a day, and it's not always all together, and I can't always count on the time, and which is why I can't play with other people right now so much. But they are good people. Cortex is the clan, and if you're looking for one, then probably a good place to go for PC. They also have, by the way, a we have an Xbox and a Sony PlayStation branch as well. So it's a pretty well-populated clan at this point in time. So back to the content. This strike is nothing difficult, though on a void burn you got to be careful because there's a lot of void in it. But I got to say that other than almost killing myself on a drop here right now, watch this, boom. And I don't know what I was thinking. I knew it was about to happen. And if I'd landed on any void, that would have been the end of me. Just cruising along here. By the way, the modifier for today was Grenadier. That was the big one. All right, so watch the Vigilance Wing here. Now this is just not bad. I mean, I'm hitting for what, 380 from that distance on a 5 burst. I'll take that. And I wanted to use it for the Shriekers too. So I'm hitting 296 from there, but I'm in no danger of taking damage from it. So, you know, I mean, other than having to give up the exotic slot, you can't run a Xenophage with it or anything like that. It's not bad. And in cases where you want to run a sword, which is what I was doing here, once again, this is a good combo, and this pairs really well with the Ikelos submachine gun. All right, so 2 of us were working on that knight. We got him down fairly quickly. I'm going to change my position here to work on the Shrieker. I'm not critting it right now, which is why it's not going down so fast. There we go, 532 once I do finally start critting. I think it was the crit point was looking down at this other fellow here, and it was just making it harder for me to hit because I was in the right area. You've got to hit the eyeball in order to crit on a Shrieker. All right, so sailing right along. And of course, that always comes at the end. But check it out. That popped a lot of those guys real quick. And I think we're pretty much set here. Yep. So, popping on down. And I'm standing in the void. All right, so rather than continue with the play-by-play here, which, you know, this is a pretty straightforward strike, and as long as you're not foolish, you shouldn't die too much, if at all, at the level that we're on here. And this is just base level strike. I'm not doing any high level stuff here. Moving forward, work is going to start officially. I'm a teacher by trade, and I will be going back full time here very soon. Now, I don't know how long that's going to last. I think with COVID spikes that we're having, we'll likely be out. But I probably won't be playing as much, at least in the near term, because it's a lot of setup right now. And if we do a hybrid schedule, then I'll wind up working a lot of nights as well. So I'll have to be putting in some 12, 14-hour days. So if I disappear for a bit, you'll know why. I don't plan to do that. I'm just preparing for the worst, and it looks like things are going to get worse before they get better. All right, a little bit about my loadout here. I had a clanmate tell me to put on the Dragon Shadow and play with that, and I can't stop. I can't get off of it. Bottom Tree, Night Stalker, Dragon Shadow. It is just a stunning combination. Set it up for Warmind cells, and yeah, I mean this is ordinarily a hunter's a bit squishy. If any of you played hunters in Destiny 1, you know what I'm talking about. Squishy hunters, and you had to rely on your speed and agility and your dodge. But I gotta tell you, this is one of my more survivable loadouts, just because of what you can do when you get, like, for instance, these. I don't know what he was thinking. It's a void knife or void strike. You can't stand the void. But these guys really started to struggle bus here a little bit at the end. And, you know, we weren't going to wipe because I could always escape with a dodge. And by the way, since I maxed out my mobility, and I don't know if I've said that before, I get my dodge every 9 seconds max. And that is clutch. Absolutely clutch. All right, so wrap around here. see if there's anything else I want to add before this is over. Um, Not really. I think that pretty much covers everything I needed to tonight. I wanted to thank people for actually enjoying the content. I mean, obviously, that means something. I appreciate it. I will never monetize this channel. I have no interest in making money off of it. That's not why I do it. I do it because I enjoy doing it, and it helps me professionally too, because then I can share this with kids. Not the content that I'm making, but I can share how to do that with kids. I'm a middle school teacher, and you know, one of the things I will be teaching, of course, is how to create content. So it's a real symbiotic relationship that I have going on here, and I feel like I'm already getting paid for it once, so no reason to go after anyone again. So at least my ads won't be choked with, or my content won't be choked with ads. So anyway, I'm just blabbering at this point. Um, Really enjoy making the content, going to stick with it. So thanks a lot for watching. More PvP coming. In fact, I'm going to play some tomorrow. Might even stream that. I haven't done that in a while, and somebody also, another viewer, mentioned that maybe I ought to stream, and you know what, he's right. She don't. Yeah, we'll look at doing that in the near future, if not tomorrow. So with all that said, this is Iron Bill, and I am signing out.